Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on all platforms. Leave that donation for that fried rice and chicken wings. Become a member to the channel. Okay, that's good to go. Let me fix this right here. All right, listen, man. Where did it all go wrong for Claressa Shields? We do lives every night. But there were some Claressa Shields fans who reached out to me and they were saying, hey, ladies on your live do the same things that Claressa Shields is doing, or they've done the same things, and they're judging her and being hypocrites. So you know me. Normally I would say, hey, yo, hold your horses, don't take it to the stupid. But I had to listen to them to see what direction they were going. But the bottom line is it made me think, where did it all go wrong for Claressa Shields? And it made me feel like, we need to have a discussion about perception, identity, and overshadowed greatness. As it was put last night by one of my favorite callers, Claressa is no longer known for being the greatest fighter of all time. She's being known for being the greatest side chick of all time. Let me tell you, those words were very profound, and majority of people agree 100% with the way she summed up how Claressa Shields is viewed at this moment. Now, Claressa Shields, amazing fighter, you got to give her credit for that. Her career arc is one of the most remarkable in boxing history. We already know about the gold medals, undisputed championships across divisions, and a resume that, on paper, places her firmly in any greatest woman of all time discussions. Yet today, as we speak, a growing portion of the conversation around her has drifted away from her achievements and toward her personal life. Personal, with papoose. Let me tell you something. This shift is not because her accomplishments have disappeared, but because narratives compete for attention, and controversy often wins the battle. And those are just the facts, Jack. Everyone is sitting here focused on her relationship, and they're just counting down the days to almost seems to celebrate the destruction of Claressa Shields. Now, what I will say, right, a major turning point appears to be with Claressa identity collision. Claressa rose from an environment a lot of us are not familiar with, okay? But she came from an environment defined by survival, grit, and proving self-worth through dominance. She's the same woman who said she didn't have a bed till after the Olympics. She had to figure out a way to survive, and she did it through dominance and not allowing anyone to push her around. Boxing was not just her profession, it was her validation. When an athlete who has spent their entire life earning respect through achievement begins seeking validation through personal relationships, fans often interpret that as a loss of focus, even if it isn't. But now we're no longer seeing you in the gym training. We're no longer seeing you maintain your weight within maybe 10, 15 pounds of your fighting weight. So when you get in the training camp, that little bit of weight comes off easily. Fans sit back and watch Claressa Shields blow up like a French bread. She lotioned herself with garlic butter all up in the crack of her ass and shit. Fans became concerned. But Claressa Shields will tell you, you guys are interpreting what I've done over the last 8 months as a loss of focus, when it really isn't. Now, the public doesn't just watch fighters fight. And that's what fighters need to understand. The public project meaning onto every choice that's being made. Many fans also interpret Claressa's defensiveness towards criticism as a sign of emotional overload. They're like, yo, she got a lot going on. We knew she was stressed. She was frustrated. She feels humiliated. She feels embarrassed. She's not really happy, but she can't let the relationship go because it just makes her look even worse. Doesn't mean it's true. It's just an interpretation by fans. When someone reacts aggressively to advice, whether supportive or hostile, because she gets supportive advice, she gets hostile advice, it often signals that the subject being criticized touches a deeper insecurity. That doesn't mean the criticism is fair, but it does explain why it lands so hard. For a fighter conditioned to win through confrontation, every comment can feel like an opponent, not feedback, and I agree 100%. Claressa Shields, that's exactly what's going on. If you say something to her, she hears your words, she doesn't like it, she sees it as an opponent that's trying to hit her with some combinations, some catch and shoot, some slips, some counters, uppercuts. She sees someone come with a style of a counter puncher, puncher boxer, brawler, free swinger, someone trying to pivot. She sees someone trying to get in the clinch, grind it down, go to the body. That's what she sees. She is in a fight now. Every comment, she's like, I'm back in the ring, but I'm fighting words. She doesn't see or hear feedback. She sees an opponent. So she's going to make sure, although she can't bust a grape, she ain't getting no knockouts, that she's going to chicken peck, tickle you, or coochie-coo you with her words to a decision. So she's the chicken that tickles the coochie. Now, another layer of backlash comes from betrayal narratives, whether real, exaggerated, or imagined. In public discourse, perception often replaces evidence. Once a storyline forms, especially one involving loyalty, friendship, and romance, people emotionally invest in it. From there, Claressa's boxing identity becomes secondary to morality play that many feel entitled to judge, and they are judging her, and it's their right to judge her, just like it's her right to do what she wants. You judge her, and the consequence of that is she's not going to like it and say something about it. If she wants to choose to be with a married man, consequence of that is most of the women out here who are looking at someone and seeing a homewrecker, seeing a side chick, seeing someone who is pretending to be Remy's friend and asking for advice on fashion and everything, somehow got her so close to Remy's husband and put the poom poom on him. And women don't respect that shit. And that's why they see her as the greatest side chick of all time instead of the greatest woman fighter of all time. And the bottom line is, and at this point, let me tell you something. With the way the people are judging her, logic matters less than feelings, and feelings rarely revisit nuance. And that's just where we're at. But I'll say this. I'll say this now. There is also a gender component to the fallout. Because it got to be fair. Male champions frequently engage in controversial relationships, public drama, multiple baby mothers. Matter of fact, a lot of them kids are born within a week or two of each other, or abrasive behavior without having their athletic legacy erased. Women, especially women who dominate male-coded spaces like boxing, are often expected to embody discipline, restraint, and moral clarity. When they don't, the backlash isn't proportional, it's punitive. Claressa isn't just criticized, she's redefined. But, she should really learn from Alicia Baumgartner, because Baumgartner came out here and got vocal. It was disrespecting, or she commented on Adrian Broner. And Adrian Broner, she didn't know this. Adrian Broner had video of her and in intimate situations. Adrian Broner openly talked about what he knew about her in different intimate situations with multiple people, and even talked about the intimate moments she shared in some of the videos he saw where he felt like she wasn't really that great of a performer. And I bring all this up to say this. Claressa Shields is way more vocal than Alicia Baumgartner. She will say anything about anyone at any time, and she better be careful, because if something about her from an intimate moment or a moment that she doesn't want to get out, if that exists and it gets in the hands of the wrong person, especially someone she pissed off, it's all over for her. It's gonna be put out there. So she needs to be very careful. She's a woman. It's unfair. You just can't do what the men do, ladies. And I am telling you that it's unfair. But it's kind of how society is. But it's unfair. Now, what makes this moment particularly damaging is the narrative replacement is sticky. Once people stop talking about a fighter's skills and start talking about their character, it takes either overwhelming victory or extended silence to reset the conversation. Every response, every clapback, every emotional post feeds the cycle. Silence feels like surrender, but noise can deepen the hole. So, you ladies do the same thing. We're trying to understand where it all went wrong. You know, it's not at one moment, but at the intersection of unresolved identity wounds, public scrutiny, emotional reactivity, and a fan base that shifted from admiration to judgment. Claressa Shields may not have lost her greatness, but she may have lost the control of her story around it. And in modern sports culture, losing the narrative can be almost as costly as losing a fight. The tragedy, if there is one, isn't that Claressa stopped being great. It's that many people stopped seeing her this way. And that is just the truth about her situation. One of the most accomplished fighters in boxing history. But much of the conversation just shifted away from all the things she's done. It's all captured the controversy surrounding her. But right now, man, she's got some control. She got to do some things, man. She got to figure out how to get beyond the bullshit, man. I think it starts with her just being quiet. Just stop talking. Stay off social media. I think that's how it stops. Because the public perception overtook athletic legacy. And I'm just trying to better understand how that happened and, what she can do to get beyond it. How all the personal narratives have really overshadowed her greatness. Trying to understand the psychology of her defensiveness, seeing everything as a fight, as an opponent, and then really understanding the backlash. And I just think that the narrative is slipped. And I don't know if she can reclaim it. I'm going to be honest with you. I listen to the ladies out here talk, man. All that greatness that she had, the biggest mistake they feel Claressa Shields made was befriending Remy Ma and then breaking the girls' code and hooking up with her man. Now, doesn't matter who initiated the advance. The bottom line is, if it was Papoose, doesn't matter. Claressa, when it comes to the girl code, should have never, ever allowed herself to be in a compromising space, a position, conversation with Willie Mack, the rapper formerly known as Papoose. So, it's just interesting to try to break down everything that could be happening with Claressa Shields, knowing where she comes from, never seeing herself as attractive. Sounds like she sat back and watched Willie Mack with Remy, the Black Love thing, Claressa sounds like she just wants to be loved and never really had it kind of attention, maybe never felt she could be with someone who she feels like she sees him as a celebrity. And then to have the opportunity. Well, she reached out to Remy. Most women feel she had an agenda the whole time. Get close to Remy, then get too close to a man, and then fuck a man. Like that's really what the women feel. I don't know. It's crazy though to understand that she did forge a relationship with Remy, and then ended up with Papoose. Like that. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that's why most women despise Claressa for her actions, the way she moves. They don't respect that. As far as a fighter, yeah, they all know she can fight, but they don't even care to talk about the greatness of her as a fighter. It's more like the only thing she's known for being great for right now is being the greatest side chick. With a married man, the relationship can only go so far. You want all these things from a married man that you're not going to get. They're saying, wake up. Wake up. It's all going wrong. And she doesn't seem to see it, or if she does see it, she doesn't care. Like they said in the goddamn Ice Cube said, Doughboy, boys in the hood, either they don't know, don't show, or don't care about what's going on in the hood. I really don't give a shit. It's just entertaining. Keep cool, I'm in the breeze.